An unimaginable tragedy strikes a music superstar. It inspires him to create one of the most poignant songs of his career, a song that captures the pain, love, and longing of terrible loss. On March 20th, 1991, guitar icon Eric Clapton's son falls to his death. Englishman Eric Clapton is a rock and roll legend. He is known for his time with the band Cream, with Derek and the Dominos, and as a solo artist. In 1991, Clapton's 4-year-old son Conor is playing in the New York City high-rise apartment where the boy lives with his mother, Italian actress and model Lori Del Santo. A window is accidentally left open following janitorial work in the apartment. Conor tragically falls to his death through the open window. Clapton is staying in a hotel nearby and is about to leave to pick up Conor to take him to lunch and to Central Park Zoo. He receives a frantic phone call from Del Santo telling him what has happened. He rushes to the apartment building, which is surrounded by emergency vehicles. Clapton later says he, quote, felt like he had walked into someone else's life. He finds solace in his guitar and in creating music. He writes Tears in Heaven, a deeply personal track about Conor. Coming up, we'll learn about how Conor's life and his death changed Eric Clapton. We'll also learn more about the song Tears in Heaven. And I'll talk about a few of my favorite Eric Clapton songs. Also, don't forget to check out Today in History in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. There's a link in the description. Clapton and Del Santo bury Conor in Clapton's hometown of Ripley, Surrey, England. Clapton described his bond with Conor as the closest relationship he'd had up to that point in his life. He credits Conor as one of the main reasons he became sober. By the time of Conor's birth in 1986, Clapton had already quit heroin. He was, however, still using cocaine and drinking heavily. A year after Conor's birth, Clapton decides he, quote, can't stand being around him like that. This pushes him to seek the help he needs to get clean and to stay clean. After Conor's death, perhaps surprisingly, he doesn't relapse. The tragedy of his son's death actually gives Clapton the resolve to fully commit to sobriety. Clapton composes the score for the movie Rush, which is released in December 1991. Tears in Heaven, his song about Conor, is included in the movie. The soundtrack comes out in January 1992. That same month, Clapton performs before a small audience for the MTV series Unplugged. The episode airs in March and features some great tracks, including a brilliant acoustic version of Layla. But Clapton's performance of Tears in Heaven is the highlight. At the Grammy Awards in 1993, Eric Clapton wins a total of 6 Grammys for Tears in Heaven and the MTV Unplugged album. My favorite Eric Clapton song has to be the original Derek and the Dominos version of Layla. It is long, and it is amazing. The 4-minute coda is superb. Clapton's signature pleading guitar and the driving piano during this ending make it one of rock's greatest songs. Clapton's acoustic version of Layla from MTV's Unplugged is also splendid, but it lacks the epic ending that you get in the original. My favorite under-the-radar Clapton song is probably Tales of Brave Ulysses from the 1967 Cream album Disraeli Gears. It has great guitar, as expected, but I also love the lyrics, which reference Homer's epic poem, The Odyssey. Maybe it's the teacher in me that appreciates the connection to ancient Greece. I am also a huge fan of his work on the Beatles' While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I think it is an amazing situation. George Harrison, a guitar legend in his own right, can't get his guitar to sound how he wants for the song. So it demonstrates incredible humility that Harrison acknowledges his own deficiency and decides to call on his friend Eric Clapton to help. Clapton comes into the studio and perfectly makes his guitar gently weep. He has to do so, though, clandestinely because he may have otherwise been in violation of his contract. I would love to have been a fly on the wall in the studio that day. Well, if you like what you've seen here today, please be sure to like and subscribe. You can also watch another great Mr. Lewis video right here, and there's another one right here. Thanks for watching.